And welcome back, everybody, to the Freaking Awesome Podcast, and this is episode 49.
Yeah, man. Let's kill that bass head. Alright, let's do this. I'm on the air, we got this pockets flow. It's me and Tony on the mics, we gotta let you know of current events, little gaming, sprinkling some entertainment. We stay humble, but our moms still think we're famous. Turn up the bass and baby, maybe let that magic flow. Our spoken word is all the things you really wanna know. Having a good time on the show, T-Bows and Matty G. Tune in and hit subscribe and join us on the FAQ.
Welcome, everybody, to the Freaking Awesome Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Bowes, and sitting virtually across from me is my co-host, Matty G.
Hey, still in quarantine.
I know. Well, I didn't have a fancy quip for you this week, but we're cutting our regular things short because of our special guest today.
That's cool. Let's jump into it then.
Right on. So, just as mentioned, we have a really, really special guest today. I'm super excited to have this one. This gentleman is not only like what I used to say is like the Canadians' Pink Floyd, but a rock and roll legend. He has not only just a music career, but is also a television career, and we're going to get into a few of those with our questions today. He is a multi-Juno Award winner, Canadian recording artist, Kim Mitchell. Kim, how are you doing today?
Hey, Anthony, Matty G, how are you guys doing?
We're doing wonderful. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Good. Thank you for inviting a frostbitten Canadian guitar player on the show, man.
It is amazing. We love when we can have our Canadian talent because I feel for a lot of our listeners, it just strikes home, right? I mean, being Canadian ourselves, we've rocked out to, I know I've rocked out to your music a lot. Matty G's a little bit of a different generation, but he didn't hesitate to know who you were.
Well, there's still time, Matty G.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Right on, Matty. Would you want to start us off in our news?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
All right. First article. Shamwow guy now selling COVID masks. So
I thought that guy was in jail.
So did I. So the Shamwow guy is back, and this time he's not just mopping down floors, but he's peddling COVID masks. Vince Offer, the official spokesperson for the infomercial on Shamwow towels, said the same material is now being marketed as cloth masks to offer a level of protection during this pandemic. Disposable masks, you're wasting your money like a billionaire at a nightclub, he says in his new commercial. Offer claims that Shamwow masks are breathable, machine washable, and equipped with a cotton inner layer for comfort, made in the U.S., although there's also a couple videos out there, and one of the videos says it's made in Canada. So it's funny. Okay. It seems like it's catering to whatever market is watching the video. So it says they're crafted wherever. And he claims that the Shamwow mask is infused with real zinc to help fight and stop bacteria. However, most experts have said that zinc to offer protection against any airborne illness is absolute garbage. So
no, he basically has just stitched leftover ShamWows into a mask, right? Because that's what it sounds like. Because I'm pretty sure the ShamWow had zinc in it for its antibacterial properties.
Dude, okay, so I was watching the video for this, and like I'm chuckling because it's the ShamWow guy, right? Mm-hmm. And then he's like halfway through the infomercial, and then he goes, "Those other masks you see on TV are made in China. I love Chinese people too, but come on!" And then it immediately cuts to like another. I'm like, "Oh my god, what is happening?"
And they kept that footage.
in. So, anyways, I had a good chuckle at it. It was very funny, and it's. I don't know if Kim, do you remember the ShamWow guy?
No, this isn't ringing a bell whatsoever, but I just what's kind of funny is like, okay, I have all this extra stuff. What can I do with it? And, oh, great, there's a pandemic, so let's go.
He just stuck cut a face print out, stuck two elastic bands in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Well, ShamWow used to be like this infomercial. I would say 10 years ago, Tony?
Oh, easily.
Easily 10 years ago. And it was about these orange super absorbent towels that you could use to mop up pretty much anything.
Yeah. It's like a chamois for your car, or you can soak up spilt wine under your carpet.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, now it's just details I'm not good with, but as soon as you said orange chamois to soak up stuff, you know, when you ask stuff about TV, I have 2 TVs, like all the surround sound stuff, and I don't know where the on button is. They haven't been on in years. I don't know. So,
you know, when you lose that remote, because that's my problem right now. I've misplaced my television remote for about a month and a half now, so I have to manually get up, walk over, push the power button, hit the input button. It really drives me insane.
Yeah, it's just one of those things as a musician. I'm not sure what happened to me, but I turn it on and go, no, nothing's going on here, and go back and play guitar. Check in a couple of years later and go, no. And then people are like, oh, have you seen this episode? I was binge watching 18,000 episodes. And I check it out and go, no, I don't get it. So I just, something about it. I just was never interested in TV, but
right.
TV is that a bad thing? Should I?
I mean, you could pretty much
safer.
Just completely turn off anything that's happened in 2020 and just wait for 2021.
Good idea.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think there's been actually that much original television since the end of MTV anyway. So, it's,
okay.
You're safe.
I haven't been binge watching any shows except for, man, that show, The Boys, got me absolutely
that's
hooked.
Amazing.
I don't know what it is about that show, but holy shit.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it was always that whole question of what happens if a superhero actually turns evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Now I have got a very unique article, and, this one, I really loved the original article for this. And I say original because, I had to do some digging and some fact checking into this one because, it just sounded almost too funny to be true. So the article was, elderly woman trains 65 cats to steal from her neighbors.
Yes.
Right. So, this elderly woman who is, in her 90s, I think she's 89 years old, and, she had trained her 65 cats to basically go out, and if they didn't come back with shiny little trinkets or baubles, they weren't fed or praised or anything like that. And I was thinking, this is just really weird. I mean, it's almost a gold mine to find an article about an 89-year-old woman with 65 cats, right? But then when, I did some digging into it, it actually, was fake news. And the woman who was actually in the photograph, was a completely different woman altogether. However, it was a legit mugshot. And,
oh God.
And the original old lady, was actually 92 years old. And, her article was actually funnier than the cat one, where she basically fired a gun off because a man would not kiss her.
Oh, great.
Right.
That's one way to get it done.
Yeah, exactly. So, basically this 92-year-old woman wanted a kiss, and when the neighbor, who was about 40 years younger than her, had declined, she shot at him with a semi-automatic pistol.
Wow.
And I'm just like, I know you're desperate, but clearly there is something desperate than an 89-year-old woman with 65 cats, but a 92-year-old woman who shoots at people for not kissing her. and I think this was the only time have I ever come across fake news where the true article of the image was actually funnier than the funny fake news. So I thought this was too brilliant or too much gold not to share it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. What else you got?
Second one. Oh, this one's pretty good. Okay. So a sex addict blames scantily clad gamers on Amazon Twitch for injured penis.
Go on.
So go on. Okay. So A California sex addict claims it's game over for his penis because of scantily clad gamers on video game streaming site Twitch. The man is suing Twitch for $25 million US, saying gorgeous gamers have caused him to injure his penis. Eric Astavillo filed a lawsuit in Santa Clara County Court on June 15th, alleging the popular site subjected him to overly suggestive and sexual content from various female streamers. Astavillo claims that he had to use a fleshlight while watching these females, which caused him to chafe his penis every single day. He said that this was extremely painful and caused him redness and mild infections that forced him to use Neosporin, according to, and this was taken from a 56-page document formal lawsuit.
Oh my God.
Astavillo also alleges in the transcript he once did the deed on his computer monitor, which caused a short circuit and resulted in a fire that temporarily caused his apartment to go dark.
All right.
Did you just say he had to shave his penis every day?
No, it was chafing.
He chafed it.
Chafe.
From touching it too much.
I thought you said shave it every day. Which is even weirder, because all I was going to wait and say that he just wants it to look longer in the
mirror. Right. So yeah, you got to finish this one off because I've got so many questions.
Couple more excerpts here. So he also is claiming Twitch made things worse because the more as he watched, the more he realized that twisted programming and netcode made it nearly impossible for him to use the service without being exposed or bombarded by sexually suggestive content. So he's basically saying his behavior caused worse behavior. So
okay.
The least shocking part about all this, apparently this guy has reportedly filed many other unsuccessful lawsuits in the past.
Yeah. So
this being now next week, it's my mission to find some of the other ones that he's put forward.
Right, totally.
So, yeah. Anyways,
now, I gotta tell you, clearly, one, I'm watching the wrong Twitch feeds. Two, I feel like he's misplaced his anger, and he should actually be suing the Fleshlight company, because that's the thing that's damaging his penis.
Right?
Yeah. Not Twitch.
And your parents while you're at it.
Yeah, exactly. Three, he's obviously never heard of lubricant. And he could be using the Fleshlight just completely wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is fantastic.
Yeah, I thought you'd find that one humorous.
Yeah. 4, maybe Kim's right, maybe it should be shaving. Maybe he should be shaving more. Maybe there'd be less chafing.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Okay. My last article today is a pack of feral hogs sniff out a cocaine stash in Italy.
Ooh.
Now, yeah. Now, the animals basically had destroyed a stockpile of drugs buried in a Tuscan forest worth approximately $22,000. Now, I don't really know what the going rate for cocaine is, but I would have thought $22,000 wouldn't have been all that expensive, but maybe my misbeliefs. The article reads that the pack of feral hogs in Italy sniffed out the drugs and destroyed the stash of cocaine buried in a forest in eastern Tuscany in Italy, in their edition of the local reports. The stash was reportedly worth 20,000 euros, which is about $22,000. I'm assuming they mean US, and it's definitely not Canadian. It'd be worth a lot more than that. And had been left in a forest near the town of Montepulciano by a group of suspected drug traffickers. While listening to wiretaps of the suspects, authorities heard them complaining about the wild hogs who had unearthed the cocaine and scattered it all over the forest. The drug traffickers began last year at 21-year-old. The investigation into the drug traffickers had begun last year after a 21-year-old Albanian woman was murdered. Eventually, the law enforcement uncovered a drug trafficking network that had covered several provinces in the central Italy. The traffickers reportedly moved out of about 4 pounds of cocaine a month, earning between $90 to $120 per gram. It's unclear how many feral hogs had taken part in the Aphrodite Coke bust, but one can hope that it was